Another way to organize your emails is with the categories. So notice how we have the categories column. So I'm going to click in the categories column and right click on it. Now there'll be some categories that come with Outlook, but you can make up your own. So I'm going to come down here and I'll pick on all categories. On this screen, I can make new ones, I can rename them, I can delete them, I can change the color of them. So let's say I want to have a new category, and I'm going to call it For My Staff. And let's say we're going to make that one blue. All right, and I'll click OK. Now I already have one that's called For My Staff, so I'll call it for my current staff. Good. And of course, I can change that if I had misspelled that. No problem. So it's pretty flexible. Good. Now you can pick more than one category. That's perfectly fine. What I really liked about the categories is that the emails and the calendar and the tasks and the contacts within Outlook will all use the same categories. So you can color code things. I'll click OK. Notice how that's part of the current staff category. Then if you notice, I can sort on that. So I'll click on the categories tab at the top. Then everything with the same category is now listed together. So you move your mouse to an email and you right click on the categories category. There's some categories that'll be built right in, and then you can pick on all categories, and then you can make new ones or rename them or delete them or change the color of them, so you can have your own categories. And again, like I said, the calendar and the tasks and the emails and the contacts in Outlook will all use the same categories. Then I can sort on that. It's a good way to organize things the way you want it to be. Now, another way to organize things is the folders. So let me show you a couple quick ways to manage the folders. Here's how to add a folder. I'm going to right click on my email address over here, and I can say new folder. And I'm going to call this one PC Webinars. Now, let me show you how you would make a subfolder. If you right click on a folder and then pick on new folder, notice how it made it like a subfolder. So maybe I have Outlook there. All right. So it's pretty easy to add folders, and you could have as many as you wanted to. If you right click on your email address and then do a new folder there, it'll put it on the main level. But if I right click on an existing folder and then add a new folder there, then it'll make it a subfolder. Then notice how, of course, I can rename a folder, copy it, move it, delete it, and so on. Now, notice how we have the favorites up there. So watch how I can make a folder into a favorite. I'm going to right click on that folder, and I'll pick on add to the favorites. And now that's up there. So the favorites always stay up there. Whereas this list, I might have to scroll back up and down. So the favorites always stay up there. If I want to remove a folder from the favorites, I can right click on that folder and then say remove from favorites. And then it's back to this list over here. Then you can just pick up an email and drag it to a folder. I can right click on an email and pick on move and then move it to the folder this way. So I wanted to give you some quick tips on managing your folders. Now, let me show you an automatic way to help you manage your emails. Oh, by the way, notice how those groups are back that we did in a previous lesson. So the groups might happen automatically. Some people like the groups, some people don't. So let me turn that back off again. So in this case, I'll pick on View, and then Current View, and then View Settings. I'll say Group By, and I'll say Clear All. And that way it'll turn the groups off. Sometimes they show up automatically, but you can turn them off. All right. So let me show you how to manage your email automatically with something that's called a rule. So I'll show you a couple ways to make a rule. Let me set up a new folder here. I'm going to right click on my email and I'll say new folder and I'll call it Microsoft. So I have the Microsoft folder and I'm going to come up here and go back to my inbox. Of course, I can drag the emails from here into the folder. But let me show you how to automatically manage your email with something that's called a rule. So I'm going to right click on that email and I'll pick in the word rules and I'll say create a rule. When we do it this way, it'll inherit a lot of information from the email. Now you have your basic settings for the rules, which are fine. I can pick the from or the subject. So I can do some things here, but really I think the advanced options are going to be better. I'll pick on advanced options over here. And now you have a lot more flexibility. So the first screen is which emails you want to handle. So I'll pick on the word from here, from that sender, but there could be a lot more ways to handle those emails. Does it have a certain subject? Does it have certain specific words? So there's a lot more rules here. These are the emails that you want to process. I'll pick on next. Then this is what you want to do to those emails. I can move it to a folder. I can assign it to a category automatically. I can delete it. You have some good choices here. Well, if I move it to the folder, then it's not going to show up in the inbox. So I'm going to say move a copy to that folder. So this way it'll be in that folder and be in my inbox at the same time. So you can decide what you're going to do about these. Now down here it says move a copy to a specified folder. So when I see the word specified down here, I'll click that and then I'll pick my folder. I'll pick on the Microsoft folder, for example, and click OK. Good. So this screen is what you want to do to that email. I'll pick on next. Then you could even have exceptions. You could say, well, except if this is true, or if this is true. I'll pick on next. So I'm going to run this rule, and I'm going to turn this rule on for any incoming emails in the future. But I'm also going to run it. So any emails that will be from the sender should go to the Microsoft folder. And we'll notice something happens because you see this number over here? That's not the number of emails that are in that folder. That's the number of unread emails that are in that folder. So the number next to Microsoft should go up. I'll pick in the word finish. Notice how the number for the Microsoft folder is going up. Remember, that's not the number of emails that are in that folder. That's the number of unread emails that are in that folder. And if I click on that folder, you'll see all those emails. And from now on, whenever I get an email from that sender, it'll go right to that folder. And by the way, I said move a copy, so it's also in my inbox at the same time. So one way you can make your rules is to right click on a specific email and then pick on the word rules there, and we say create a rule. Another way to manage the rules is the following. I'll pick on the home menu of the email program. I'll come over here and pick on the three dots. And then we see the rules here. So here I can create a rule, or I can manage the rules. So I'll pick on manage rules, and then I can change them or delete them as necessary. All right, so I do like the rules. It helps you manage your emails automatically. So you can right click on the email and find the rules there, or you can pick on the home menu and then pick on the three dots and then find the rules there. The next thing I want to show you is something that's called QuickSteps. This is another way to handle the email very quickly. So if I pick on my home menu, look for this pull down over here. I'm going to click on this pull down, and there's some that are going to be built right in. So you can use those that are built right in, or you can make up your own QuickSteps. Watch how we're going to make up our own. I'm going to pick on the home menu. I'm going to click on the pull down right here, and I'll say create new. So let's say I want to reply to the email, forward it to somebody else, and then delete it. So I'm just going to call it reply, forward, and delete. Now you can have as many actions in this quick step as you want. So for my first action, notice how you can move it to a folder, delete it, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reply. And then even with the reply, I can show the options. So you have a lot of flexibility here. After I reply, I want to forward to somebody. So I'm going to add an action. And in this case, I'm going to do a forward. And now for the forward step, I will forward it maybe to the same email address each time. So I'll do another email address that I have. Good. So it's going to reply to the email, it's going to forward it to this other person, and then maybe I'll add another action to delete it from my email. So I'll choose the action and I'll say delete it. What I like about these quick steps is you could have as many steps in there as you wanted to help you quickly process those emails. So I'll pick on finish. So notice how when you click on this pull down for the quick steps, you'll see the ones that are already there. You'll see the ones that you have made, and then you can make new ones there as well, or you can manage them. So let's say I get this email. Okay. Now I can click on that email and then click on the quick step up here. So it's going to be this one. That's the one I just made. So for the reply, I'll say something like, hello, please send future emails to. Okay, so I'm going to send this email. Then it's going to forward that email to that other person because we said forward, right? And then it's going to delete the email. So I really like those quick steps. You'll see some that are already built in, but you can make your own, or you can manage them, and then you can have as many steps in that quick step as you wanted to. So that's a quick way to manage your emails. By the way, another way to get to the quick steps is to right-click on an email. When we right-click on it, then notice how you have your quick steps here. The next thing I want to show you is a couple ways to add attachments onto an email. So I'm going to make a new email here. And then we have the classic paperclip. Now, they have enhanced that recently. If I click on the pull down for the paperclip, then you see a lot of your recent files, right? So that's a nice enhancement. Or I can browse web locations, maybe like for SharePoint and things like that, or OneDrive. I can browse this PC for a file. So you can click on that paperclip. You'll see some of your recent documents, or I can browse web locations. Attach item is different things from Outlook, like your business card, a calendar, or the Outlook item, or I can browse my PC for a file. So I want to make sure you saw that paperclip. Let me close this email. Oh, actually, I want to keep the email open. Let me show you other ways to attach a file. So let's say I have that email open, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my file folder over here. So I'll pick up a file, and then I can just drag it to the other window. I'm going to drag it to the window for the Outlook over here. And then notice what's going to happen. Pick up that file and drag it to Outlook right over here. And then notice what happened. It just put that file as an attachment. So that's another way you can add an attachment. I could just be in my file folder, pick up a file, and drag it into the actual email. Okay? And then what you can also do is some Word or from PowerPoint, you can make an email from there. So let me go into Word, or even from Excel actually, it would work the same way. So actually I'll go into PowerPoint, or I'll go into Word. And then I'll just go to a document here. When you're in your Word or a PowerPoint or Excel document, you can make an attachment right from here. So I'm going to let this file open. All right, so I'll pick on File, and I'll pick on the word Share, and I'll pick on the word Email. I can send that file as an attachment, or I can send it as converted to a PDF. So I'll say send as an attachment. Let's see what happens. And then that's going to start an email in Outlook with that file as an attachment. All right, so I just showed you a few ways to add an attachment onto your document. I'm just going to close these windows. All right, let's go back into Outlook. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you really liked it, please click on the thanks icon that looks like this below this video to support the channel. Please check out some more of my free videos. You can also subscribe to my mailing list and find out about my other services by going to www.pcwebinars.com. Thank you again.